Testing, testing. 1, 2. 1, 2. Do, 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 do. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Set this to go, told to go live before I was ready. That's a rookie mistake, but it's kind of a theme here. So take 2 months off and everything feels like it's brand new. You know what I mean? All right, no tags. Okay, good, good, good. All right. I need to make sure the audio is balanced. Oh, that's well. YouTube changed their user interface for this, so I'm not entirely sure what to do here. Let me actually get to the game. Okay, I think my voice is coming through fine. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I left my Western Star on its side. Well, whatever. Alright, everything seems like it's coming through. What? Good enough. Whatever. Anyway, so it is a brand new year. Obviously, I've taken some time off. I only expected, I was only planning on taking like December off. After, my plan was through October was to go all out on October for, the Halloween season and all that. Then I would get back into it in November. Normal stuff, basically, by normal stuff I mean, get back into Pathfinder, most likely. It was the plan, at least. But, yeah, stuff happened, and not least of which, this here. Various government things to the kind of took my attention, and ended up with my computer broke down again. So yeah, that was my November. Yeah, that on top of the whole holiday thing, and the entire season basically just got away from me. So there's my excuse. What is? I do not remember where I left all these things. Anyway, I got some notes. Basically, in one way, because everything kind of exploded in November and December, it does kind of feel like January 1st, like a new beginning sort of thing. Trying everything from kind of like starting anew. So a few things I want to do this year, not least of which is start, using some more of the other social media platforms that I was using in the past, but just kind of got a bit cumbersome. Well, let's see. I'll get my notes here. Basically, I want to go Linux first. One of the things, after my computer broke down again, one of the things I started doing is fixing up one of my old machines, trying to get that to. What is that doing up Basically turning that into kind of a Linux gaming box, which luckily I had enough parts laying around to have another gaming PC with RAM prices going nuts and all that. So, counting my blessings there. And okay, I could probably use one of these guys over here. The Dairy Special or the Freightliner. Let's check him out. So yeah, Linux first. Well, so building a Linux box, and also I want to do, like I was saying, Linux first. I know I said that a couple times, but what I mean by that is, if there's ever a time where I could do something on my Linux box, go out of my way to use that instead of Windows. Because Windows is trash. I think we all kind of understand that. I don't really need to explain Windows is going out of their way to turn their operating system into ridiculous trash. I don't know what else to say there, so yeah, I want to do that. Also want to try streaming on a few other sites. I think last year I just kind of threw my hands in the air and said, okay, enough, trying to branch out too much and let's just stick to YouTube. Which, on one hand, I noticed I did stream a lot more regularly last year than I have before. So maybe taking all the stress out for all that sort of stuff. And that helped me out in ways there. Whatever. Yeah, let's take the Dairy Special out. These train tracks are surprisingly tough to maneuver around. The extra wheels come in handy. But yeah, I kind of want to put more stuff up everywhere. Hopefully I will get 700 subs by 2027. My goal this year was to get up to 600 subs, which I kind of got, kind of easy. Well, with about 30 subs to go, so it's kind of giving me a head start for next year. And another thing, so as for games, something I want to do is tie up a few loose ends. So for one, I want to finish up, I'm probably not going to stream finishing up the Intergrade part of Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, because you just kind of want to get into Rebirth. And the Intergrade stuff doesn't really seem like it screams very well. Although, at the point I'm at right now, it might scream okay. But for a while, I was just doing those Fort Condor mini games, and that was kind of like, it seemed like almost a different game. But now that I'm thinking through with that, although I haven't beaten Chad Lee, which I don't care about beating Chad Lee. He can win, I don't care. Anyway. So yeah, I want to finish that up. We've got a few other things I want to finish up. I want to finish up 83. I have to finish that one up. I've been a big fan of the Hades series. I don't really get why the third one, my interest is waned, it seems. Which is strange, because they basically kind of exactly what I was hoping they would end up doing with the game. I'm going to go back to adding climbing and all that kind of stuff. As well as the shooting and everything, but whatever. It's a very well-made game. I just, not really sure exactly what me slow down on that one. I don't know, maybe trying to find what I need to do next. It's part of the game's charm that it doesn't really lay stuff out for you like that, but it can be a little. bit of issues at points. Look at that. I'm just gonna get the thing out. Okay. How many you gotta be? We need 3. We got this. There's something just rescued. So, another thing with the loose end, SnowRunner, the game I am playing right now. So I see as I'm playing this on PC, not console. I think the other seasons in the game itself came out earlier on console. So I'm a little behind because of that, but also behind on some of the seasons there, just kind of in period. So one of my goals this year is getting caught up in SnowRunner. I know there's probably going to be new maps and whatnot like that about this year. That's going to make it a little harder. But I think maybe complete like one locale. So I'm not sure if I want to do like one locale a month. If I do that, I'll do one locale a month. So maybe like one locale a week. Then, you know, like how do you squeeze that? Oh, this game. I'll give it to save that truck. Let's see here. A few other things I want to do. Like, I was using that spider avatar thing for a while. I kind of want to bring that back. Basically, the reason why I stopped using that is because of, basically in July, I ended up getting a lot of problems with my PC breaking down. I think I have all those problems fixed. That breakdown in November should be the last one. Should be fine now. But with all that, I've just been haven't had the bug in me to go back and get that fixed. But I do have a few other PNG Tuber programs that I want to try. I was using PNG Tuber Maker for that, but I've got like PNG Tuber Plus and some other options. I might want to see what I can do with that. See if I can do it better, or if not better, at least simpler. I know the model I used for that, I just kind of drew it real quick, so it's was kind of ugly. So I might be able to fix that. This winch is not doing anything. So another thing I want to do this year is stream a few more driving games. So this game right here, SnowRunner, is a game I play off stream a lot. But so basically games like this, maybe stream some of this. Maybe and also some other driving games and racing games, that sort of thing. Basically, I'm picking driving games right now, but kind of the idea is, since I've been streaming so many games that are like story-based, like RPGs, whatever, because that's what I like. Bridge to a tree. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe that was bridge to a tree. You know? So, driving games or games like this or whatever. The wheels are turning, so it must be attached. Just, too heavy of a truck. Another thing I want to do, I do have a driving wheel that I bought a while ago. It's kind of like a present to myself or whatever, for some reason. Since I will be hopefully playing more driving games, maybe plug that in, give that a whirl. Really? Okay. I know trucking goes out. Well, actually, before we bring that over, no, let's leave the 813 attacher over there for now. Basically, there's a water trap over there that I want to keep, you know, a big powerful truck over there for all the other cars that come by there. Anyway, so yeah, remake the PNG tuber. Also want to maybe revise my channel theme sort of thing. Picked up a few music making applications over the years, so maybe pull some of those out and see what I can do with those. Should be fun. Politics. Politics is definitely starting to get dip its toes into gaming a bit here, so I might need to make a few political videos, but as necessary, I'm not really... Okay. Try to concentrate on too many things right here. So, yeah. Streams... Alright, I'm gonna have to... Yeah, every time I reinstall stuff, I need to fix the bit rate. Let's see here. Widget. Stream bit rate of 2,500 kilobytes per second. Let's see if I can tweak that. Yeah, politics. Long games. The thing of long games. I'm thinking, can I? Oh, I'd probably need to stop the stream in order to change my. Oh, video bitrate. Current bitrate is 42. Bring it down to 25. So let's bring this down to 2,000? Yeah, let's bring it down to 2,000. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, long games. I think I might want to do something like, like maybe only do like one chapter at a time sort of thing, just so I can switch it up a bit more often. You know, keep it fresh. Like maybe, I know I still need to finish off, Pathfinder Kingmaker. So I'm thinking maybe, I think I might be Mournhold, is that it? Or Mager Barn or whatever is the thing. So I think I might do that one and then put Pathfinder Kingmaker back down. A buddy of mine also gave me Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. Tainted Grail, whatever, blah blah blah, Avalon. Which was a game I wanted to play last year, but never got around to it, obviously. So I definitely want to dig into that one. So I want to get into that one pretty early on here. Maybe start doing that, you know, chapter by chapter. But then again, if it's good, I don't want to artificially limit myself. But Yeah, but I guess it kind of comes down to Pathfinder Kingmaker is a bit of a drag, you know what I mean? Not 100% enjoying it, but I also kind of just want to get through it, which is a problem I've had, you know, before, where it's just like I will just keep doing something for reasons like that, but it's just like, no, I should probably just give it up, which kind of makes me feel guilty because I do know there's that. I finally had someone on my streams, you know, regularly, and it was only for those ones, and it's just like, well, okay. Letting that guy down. I don't know what his name was, but whatever. Feeling a little guilty there. Oh well, you do. It happens. It's like a rock. I mean, Pathfinder Kingmaker can be fun, but like I said, it's kind of becoming a drag. No. Well. Let's see if I can straighten it up. Yeah. One thing I looked up when I was looking up possibly streaming on other sites is I'm not averse to playing a couple adult games, but I looked up a few sites where I might be able to do that and not get banned, and yeah, it definitely seemed like the regulations and whatnot that you have to do to be able to stream like that. It basically, you know, they don't differentiate between whether you're showing yourself or just an adult game. So basically, that's the standard for basically the adult content standard for that. So basically, you have to straight up dock yourself, you know, give them your ID and all that, so they can 100% not get thrown in prison for if they let a minor on there or something, which is one part sign of the times, another part, you know, gotta keep everyone categorized and all that, but whatever. So yeah, that idea is probably gonna go nowhere. I might be able to instead maybe just like record it offline, then just do some magic, some editing magic. Editing stuff it's work. I don't want to do work, especially if I'm, you know, setting all these goals for work for myself. But, I think definitely this weekend I'm probably going to have to hunker down and try making a few things. One thing I definitely want to do is something I tried to do previous years, but it never really materialized. Is like whenever I beat a game, this is the goal here. Whenever I beat a game, to do a drawing based on that game. You know what I mean? Or maybe just like a character drawing, something like that. I can get to this. I move a little bit of momentum. That thing's stuck in there. Okay. No messing around. Yeah, try to pull it up the thing. That's not gonna work. Do I have anything else out there? Well, I got the Tatra. We don't need more metal beams. So I could, just need to get it back out there so we can carry the metal beams. Erg. Okay. Do it the hard way. Anyway, as I was saying, oh yeah, just, you know, maybe do those games offline, or maybe just do a first impression of them, whatnot. And also do a picture, because I do want to do some more art. Maybe I'll, like, stream the pictures or whatever on Picarto or something like that. Yeah, because that is kind of fun, but it's just, like, time budgeting and getting all that to work. Or whatever. Anyway. Oh yeah, and Ace Combat 8 is coming out, so good thing that I played Ace Combat 7 on stream this year. With that, trial thing I tried to do where I played the missions on the real life day that the mission is said to have taken place. That, it was a nice idea, but I think it really fell flat. I just kind of got into the mission, and the idea behind that was to kind of give me a better idea of, like, how that conflict played out, like, over the course of the whole year. But just kind of ended up, I just forget, like, what all happened and whatnot. So it's not like, you're not, like, living in Springfield. It's not like it's really visceral to you. It's just like, oh yeah, we're doing it, sort of thing. But it was a successful experiment in that we found out that it was a failure. Oh, here we go. More projects. I do want to do a few more programming projects, especially with cracking down on VPNs and all that kind of stuff. I think that's a few things I'll be able to do to help the world, and that a few distributed or decentralization projects I have. Some other stuff that's just, you know, random, like one thing I want to do is like maybe make like 1 kilobyte or like less or whatever of RAM, just like from scratch, just to see like how it is. I know I'm not gonna make like gigabytes of RAM, or it's probably gonna be less. It's probably going to be based on like whatever the specs of the specs are. It's going to determine like what will be the easiest amount of RAM to make. That's kind of, you know, what I'm trying to do there, but who knows what I'll do. Okay. Ooh, who is this? 6. Yeah, finish loose ends. One thing I want to do is in OBS. OBS only has like one custom streaming. One custom setting you can set up for streaming. So I think I might want to see if I can add additional ones for that, especially for trying streaming on multiple different platforms. I think the OBS developers have pretty much said on the record that they are not going to put in, like, they're intentionally not adding, like, BitChute and Rumble, because I think they don't like the politics of, that they perceive that those sites do be espousing, but I think, you make the communities by what you do in them. So me being there is at the very least going to dilute it. But whatever. I don't see why I shouldn't be able to do that. So let's take a look. I did already try adding a few more. I haven't really been able to. It almost looks like, I could be completely wrong now, this almost looks like the Vista streaming sites, it like downloads from some online server, which is a weird way to do it, but I guess if they're trying to, absolutely keep other sites off of, like, not officially being supported, I guess that's a way to do it, but, yeah, I just don't think it's weird, so I think I might at least get, maybe not, streaming site specific things, but just more custom settings or whatever. Anyway, also want to bring back my quick reviews. Yeah, I was doing anime quick reviews, but stopped right before they really started pushing short, because that was a bad idea. So yeah, maybe do that. Bring that back. Also add in the kids and stuff. We do want our young novels. Who knows? Yep. Basically, do more of everything. Drawing. I also want to do more exercise. Good for you and all that. It's like, so as part of re-fixing my computer, I also set up a capture card. I want to make sure, I installed my capture card, and it still needs to be some of that. One thing I want to do, I want to play Final Fantasy VII again. Or at least get up to the point where I'm at in the remake. Just like in like the inheritance process. I wanted to mention earlier, but whatever. I could just play the PC version, but whatever. I still want to get the capture card, so I may just do that. And do more reading. I might do another November, December break. That was really nice, actually, in a way. Other than, except for being, stressed out from, other things, but whatever. Maybe make a few. So with all these, like, different, like, little sub-goals, and, like, make, like, some graphics or whatever, that I can slowly update throughout the year and show how all that's going, so I don't know, maybe we can try after that. In any case, this weekend I'm going to set all this up, so we'll see what all happens. Also, pick up a Final Fantasy 14 tabletop board game. Anyway, that's all I have for the updates. So long as I am currently in the middle of Snow Runner, trying to complete something, and then at least finish what we're doing here. Get these trucks to deal with questions of destinations. So, the Zix is going to be able to pull the dairy, from the side of the... Then again, I will have the tactical list, but the Zix is carrying some concrete blocks, which I need for a different, which is still part of the same mission. But if I can get all the metal beams in there, then metal beams and the small pipes, we can at least cross that off. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's my rambling for now. I guess I rambled. They changed the interface on YouTube, and I'm not really sure what to make of it. Okay, they moved the, time to the upper right. I know, so it used to be, depending on how I set up the screen, I couldn't change the details or whatever. They changed how all that works. So, yeah, I'm going to have to play around with that. I'm going to have to play around with some of the other streaming sites. See how that works. It almost kind of, the bench one, a little live stream one, almost looks kind of nice. For the simple reason that it looks really simple. You know what I mean? It's just a title and a description and a thumbnail. That's it. It's good. Those two, I think YouTube has a lot of little things added there, like tags. The game name. Stuff. Dairy is going through this new field at the time. The dairy. Whatever. We can keep pushing. I think it's actually... There we go. But yeah, I've had a bunch of racing games in my library to kind of collect my dust with. I'm not screaming, I never really pull it out, so, okay, so Gary, that's stuck. At least it's not loaded, so one of the racing games I want to play is Flat Out 2. The problem with that one is it uses a lot of licensing. I'm gonna try to play that one, but let's see. Whatever. I do not have my driving wheel set up yet. That's something I'll have to set up this weekend. So I can. But yeah, January 1st, starting off with a stream. I have a perfect record so far this year of streaming days. So. You get what I mean. this tech, there's something about the engine line that's under here, but it kind of sounds like the Diablos from Monster. There it is. Who's heard it? Possibly. This will do all the time. I think it's just like when it shifts into the right gear or something. I don't like going up in the low high or low plus in water because it just feels the skin and dig yourself deeper. What I should do, I should sit down and look at all these different platforms and whatnot, and like write down the tallies of like what I have for followers and subscribers or whatever on all the different ones, and just kind of see how it all changes at the end of the year. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Once I get done with this mission, or not the entire mission, this part of the mission, this is one of those super missions where you have like, 12 different parts where you have to control. Basically, you have prepared for the unexpected. Come on. Dairy certainly is special. I am just gonna put over tea kettle again if I try to do that. Don't want to park this under the angle because it's very tippy. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay. I'm sure the driver of the Western Star really likes that you're smashing iron beams, steel beams into it, I know it's just a video game thing, but Maybe in hard mode they actually have it do damage. Do that. Okay, here we go. It kind of sucks that we have to do it in like in the regular. Two of these, whatever. These, thank you. Well, let's go. Worry going across these rocks. What? Okay, we're just gonna do one load. It could be like this. Ha ha! Everything's stuck. If I hold this, it would straighten it out. Momentum. Again. Oh, game. On that one. Nothing. Oh. Try to get some of these other trucks over there. Maybe one of these can do something. Oh, I don't have the beams packed on here. Yeah, I will just move them up a little bit, but I think the truck move on. These two. Pull it over. It's articulated steering. bit better with a wheel though, actually. Setting up the wheels is one of the things I'll have to do this weekend. Getting this one just to get out of the way. Real tippy. Be real careful with it. Oh, get it straightened out. Momentum. Come on, so close. You can tell by where they dumped the load how far back we were. We're just dragging this thing. Yes. Out for the rocks this time. Okay. Do this again. Skate over to the side. Pull it in. Wedged under there. There we go. Let's be real direct with that. Kind of reminds me of that one road in Iowa, where it's like, hey, it looks like a road, so it should be easy, but then you get on it, your wheels have no grip. A lot of trucks can't even make it up on that. the ideas I've had is to basically just take a few hours he did this text-to-speech program I got. Just have that overlay that audio. Some of the local games where it might be double up the content density. Which it's still at the first, like I thought, build the power. Seems like this one, anything that has to like bounce off of anything, that's gonna mess it up. Hooray! More metal beams delivered. There we go. So the two small pipes are going to be simple. That's where we have those. The concrete blocks. I think those are the easier ones to carry. The smaller ones. So I think the Zix is carrying 2. Well, hey, so if we have 2 more trucks carrying 2 more, then we can still have this done in like an even number of runs. So anyway, there we go. That is my update for now. Till next time, later. I don't have the keyboard shortcut set up yet, so I'm gonna have to turn this off manually. Till next time, later. 12 views, holy crap.